evening and thank you for joining us for our special election coverage. We'll have the voting results as they come in, analysis on the issues that matter to you, and interviews with many of the candidates. The three major races in North Dakota are for governor, U.S. Senate, and the U.S. House. For governor, Republican Kelly Armstrong, Democrat Merrill Pepcorn, and Independent Michael Coachman were on the ballot. Republican incumbent Kevin Kramer was challenged by Democratic challenger Katrina Christensen for the Senate, and Republican Julie Fedorchak faced off against Democrat Trygve Hammer for the open U.S. House seat. Now, it's been an exciting election cycle in North Dakota. Governor Burgum announced his campaign for president in June 2023, but dropped out in December. Burgum was later a potential vice presidential pick for former President Trump, although he was passed over for J.D. Vance. Now, we've been following this story every step of the way. Joe Grudcheski and Justin Gick were both at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. They join us now with Monica to talk about what they've seen while on the campaign trail.
Well, all right, so you guys, you tag teamed it right from the beginning, maybe about a year, a little bit more than a year.
Yeah.
Any surprises so far for you?
For me, not so far. I mean, it was a surprise, I'll say, when Governor Burgum decided to step down in January. That's kind of when we saw kind of everything heating up. You know, Kelly Armstrong was running for re-election for Congress and then decided at the last second he's going to switch and run for governor. So that was kind of a surprise. And then shortly after that, we saw the other candidates step in. You know, then we saw Julie Fedorchak jump in for Armstrong's spot, and she's been running for that. But yeah, Joe and I have been, you know, we've been in a lot of places during this election cycle, and it's crazy to think that, you know, we're already here and it's the big day.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you what, it has been a privilege to be able to cover all this with Justin over here. We're doing a great job, but you know, I've learned so much about this process over the past year, give or take, going back to those debates that Governor Burgum had in the early part of the presidential campaign, and then us covering the Fargo conventions, the state conventions, and then going to the GOP convention in Milwaukee. It's really cool to get to see the process play itself out over time. You know, for tonight, you know, as much as the North Dakota races are important to us, I'm really looking at that Montana Senate races too. Interested to see that, especially since West Virginia flipped one of their U.S. Senate seats today for the Republicans, making that race in Montana all the more important.
Now, you're going to be at the BSC Energy Center tonight covering that for us, and you're going to have a chance to talk with the candidates who are there, and you're going to be here in the studio with us. So we're also going to have some analysis tonight with Rick Klaber. He's going to be here with us as well, and so all of the results, of course, and we're going to talk a little bit about what all of this is going to mean for people here in North Dakota, win or lose in the presidential race, as well as, of course, some of the races that you guys have been following. I mean, really, did it surprise you at all that what Governor Burgum did throughout all of this, the changing?
I just think it's really interesting. You know, North Dakota was so much in the national spotlight over the, you know, the past year, I'll say, and for him to be that close to being former President Trump's vice presidential pick. I mean, Senator Kramer had told me that basically it was Donald Trump Jr. that told his dad to pick J.D. Vance. Burgum was definitely the choice.
And he's still there tonight, is what you said earlier.
So yes, I talked to his campaign tonight, and Governor Burgum is with the Trumps tonight for you know, campaign results.
Yeah,
okay.
A lot of calculated decisions throughout the course of that campaign, doing what he thought was right to increase his chances. And as Justin alluded to, we were that close to possibly seeing him as the vice presidential nominee on the ticket, but nonetheless, it's been quite a ride.
That's right. Well, I think North Dakota has been in the national forefront in a way that it hasn't been in the past. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Now, thank you all for joining us, and we'll be back with early election results at 8:45. You can also find them on our website, of course. And we now return you to NBC's national election coverage.